Hi. Okay. Zhang, what's going on? Vadim, Melba, good evening. Tick and Talkin. Tick and Talkin. Cool. Joe, Brian, what's going on? Ruben, James, Tamiko, good evening. Joe, Brian, Delusionist, okay, DLB 7640, Brandon, Miss Mini Me. Hey, what's happening? James Dupree, how you doing? KB, what's going on? Lloyd, good evening, good evening. BW, how are you doing? Jimmy Wakimbu. Cool. Thomas, Peter. What's that? Fricassois? Frequisson. Ben, I have no idea. Okay, Zhang, E-Money, Paul, what's going on? Freddie, what's going on? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Well, Moo, Freddie, Paul, Scott, what's going on? Okay, everyone, my name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. Now I'm investing in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. D King, what's going on? Weekly cash flow. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for me to lose. I'm looking for 1% per week. Now, in 2008, quite a while ago, my 9-year-old daughter comes up to me and says, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So what is a dad to do when a 9-year-old says, Daddy, can you teach me how to do this? Well, I'm thinking to myself, most adults don't understand how to do this. So how am I supposed to teach a 9-year-old? The criteria was simple. Simple. Criteria. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. So that's the 5 criteria that I had to overcome. All right. So the trading strategy I came up with came along with 5 simple rules. They're very simple rules because remember, it was created for a 9-year-old. Most adults have a tendency to make this more complicated than it really needs to be. 5 simple rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you do not want to hold on to long term. Always go into a trade or into buying something as if you were going to hold it for the rest of your life or until you hit your target, whichever came first. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It kind of defeats the purpose of the whole game. And yes, this is a game. It's an adult game with adult consequences, meaning more than likely you will lose money at some point in time. I have found that most people lose money in the beginning by hitting the wrong button. As silly as that may sound, it's the way most people lose money. They hit the wrong button. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Okay? Stock market's been around for over 400 years. There's not any reason whatsoever you would be investing your money into a company that is not profitable. It boggles my mind where some of you guys put your money. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. You can put your money anywhere you want. But if you're going to ask me, well, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Rule number 4, weekly options only. I'm going to say it again because there's always going to be someone who's going to look at it monthly. Rule number 4, weekly options only. Please, let's try to make this as good as possible for everyone. Okay. Rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Now, we're going to go over the rules as we progress forward. Everything's going to come into view and make sense by the end of the night. There are a couple of questions I need you to walk away with. That's it. After your time here visiting, thank you for coming by the way. Couple of questions. Question number 1. Does it make sense? That's the big question. Does what I'm about to show you and what you're going to witness tonight, does it make sense? That should be the only question you should be thinking about. Along with, do I think I can do this? Do I like this company? Okay. Is this okay for me to do on a consistent basis? Okay, we got a couple of questions here on YouTube already. Baratali, good evening. Ethan, I don't like rules. Terribly sorry, Ethan. It's just the way of life. What goes up must come down. Whether you like it or not, you really can't disregard it because what goes up comes down. It's a rule, okay? After light comes darkness. That's another rule. What do I think about SPY? I don't do SPY. The numbers just don't work for SPY. But that's me, Space Cadet. Ethan, Mr. Wade from Paint Earth, where are you in the solar system? Okay. What about BTC USD? Okay, that is, I believe, 4X. Not what we're doing here. Are you buying or selling options? I'm selling options. I just joined this investments. Way to go, Sean. Hang tight, sit, chill. Let's see what happens. Got a couple of questions over here. And we got somebody, Paul Rudd. What's happening? 10-minute trader is the man. Thank you. Clip Chaser wants to take a look at Target. First one on the list. Let's take a look at it. All right. Liquidity Grooves, ticker symbol FUN. Selling credit spreads? No, we're doing covered calls. Credit spreads is a different scenario. I always suggest people learn the simple stuff first before you go into something such as credit spreads. Sergeant Douchebag. Now, Sid, don't blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative. What's your favorite scary movie? What are you doing here? Definitely wrong place. Day trader ETFs and US stocks, what you like at the moment? Okay, thank you. Hands, shoes, and horse grenades. Can you rate my name? You are a very nice name. Thank you. Why is the dollar dropping in value? It's systematic. They're doing it on purpose. Okay, just remember that. They're decreasing the value of the dollar on purpose so they can slide in the digital currency and have access to your money at the fingertips. Click, click, click. Yeah. Shy, just joined. What are we talking about? Shy, we're talking about investing in weekly options for weekly cash flow. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% a week. That's over 50% per year. Will, what are your top 5 least favorite motorcycles? What the hell are we talking about? Which is safer, options or day trading? Shy, it really depends on what it is you're focused on. Whatever you focus on and whatever you, I'm trying to think of another word other than focus. Whatever you study, whatever you really put a lot of effort into it is going to be the safest and easiest for you. The more time, more effort you put into anything, you become an expert at that at a certain point. And if that's the easiest, well, great. Make the adjustment. Well, you can buy a leap to replace the underlying instead of doing a covered calls, which will reduce your cost basis. Yes, you're right. However, calendar spread or the poor man's covered call also has more risk involved with it. Okay, so more rate of return, higher rate of return comes with a higher risk factor. And calendar spreads, there's a little bit more to it than just a covered call. Covered call is simple, easy, in, out. I just 80% from CS Skins crash, market crash. Don't put your eggs in one basket. Thank you, good oxygen. Okay, BP, how are you doing? Alrighty. Let's get, what's the difference between you and a day trader? I don't day trade. That's it. I just don't do it. Okay, Jarf, yes, I'm at 1.4% on average per week. What do you think about MSTR? I don't like it. Take a look at the numbers. Okay, KK Transport, you may like it. Take a look at how long have they been in business. That's number one. And then year over year, what are the profits? Are they consistently increasing? Terribly sorry, MSTR is not consistently increasing their profits. What do you focus on mainly? Shy, great question. What do I focus on mainly? Consistency of profitability. Preservation of my capital. That's the only two. Consistency of profitability and preservation of my capital. I like the way you teach, so I want to join. BP, I'm here. Chill, relax, ask questions. That's the best I can tell you. Rambler. Verizon, good to do a covered call after earnings. Could very well be. Jason, thank you for that. My strategy is to buy stocks, crypto, silver, S&P 500 every month with no plans to sell. Okay, good luck with that. Boo to you too. Happening, brother. Wonderful. Make the adjustment. At the money debit spreads are very liquid on this SPY. You can make a decent money with those. Yes, you can. And you can also lose a decent money with those. See, now what you're saying makes perfect sense. It does, if that's what you want to focus on. Now, me, I don't want to put that much time and effort into what you're saying, because what you're saying, yeah, it's going to take a little bit more time and effort than a covered call. Because think about it this way. Think about it this way, okay? A covered call is one of the simplest trading strategies there is, other than just buying the stock, which is the absolute easiest. But even though it's easy, you still have to wait for the stock to go up in order to generate a profit. Because as the stock goes up, you sell and then you make your profit. Well, how long are you going to wait for it to go up before you sell? That's the only problem I'm finding with just buying the stock. Well, a covered call, it's a lot simpler. You buy the stock at whatever price, and then you sell it for the exact same price you paid for it, and then you collect the premium, which is just part of the insurance payment. That allows me to get 1% every single week with less than 10 minutes. So less than 10 minutes, I can take a look at my whole account. What did I buy? What did I sell? What should I do? Okay, each position, I can be in and out in 10 minutes. That's less than an hour a week. So if my goal is 1% a week, and I do 10 minutes a day, well, that's about an hour a week. So think of it this way, whatever your account is, if it's $20,000, well, 1% is $200. Well, 1% for 1 hour, remember that, 1 hour, okay, 10 minutes a day, that's 1 hour a week. And if I'm getting 1% every single week, well, that's 1% in 1 hour. So whatever your account is, if it's 20 grand, that's $200. That's $200 an hour. Now, if you get 100 grand, well, that's $1,000 for 1 hour. And if you get $1 million, that's $10,000 for 1 hour. If you can take a look at all your positions and maintain them in less than 10 minutes. It's really not that difficult. Remember, what I'm going to show you was created for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008. And she got it in 15 minutes. Okay, the rules were simple. Never buy something not on the list. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's profitable, weekly options, and make sure the numbers work. That's it. Okay, there was no Greeks. There was no deltas. There's no RSI index. There's no Fibonacci numbers. There's no retracement rules. There's none of that crap. Simple, easy for a 9-year-old to understand. Good company on its way up, because we look at the chart just to make sure the chart is telling us what is the right thing to do at the right time. Okay, let me stop some of these questions here for a bit, because I want to make sure I get to all of them. Okay? David, oh man, James doesn't make predictions. He doesn't buy gold. Now, the reason why I don't buy gold, because I've never, ever, ever seen anybody who has a big block of gold get a weekly cash flow from it. It's a dust collector. Don't get me wrong, it's a great storage of wealth. That's just like this cup is a great storage for my tea. It's not giving me an income, but it is a storage of my tea. What gold is a storage of your wealth. That's all it is. Nothing but a dust collector. And you can't even carry a bar of gold around with you. And if you did, silver's the same thing. Exact same thing. You take a bar of silver, a bar of gold, and you go to Dunkin' Donuts and try to get a coffee, ain't gonna happen. Starbucks, same thing. You're not gonna, what are they gonna do? Scrape off a little sliver of that gold to pay for your coffee? It doesn't work that way. It's a great storage of wealth. Never have I ever seen a bar of gold or a bar of silver give a weekly return. Opinion on alt season. I have no idea what alt season is. Okay, so Ron says, covered call underlying could have a very big unrealized loss of thought. Okay, I don't know which ones you're buying. I'm sticking with the dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend contenders, and what's on Warren Buffett's list. Those 5 lists right there, about 300 companies, all consistently giving more than 2 decades of increased profits. Okay, make the adjustment. I'm pretty sure Chipotle takes copper wire. What the hell does Chipotle have to do with copper wire? And why are we talking about copper wire and Chipotle? All right, I don't think over time everything becomes more expensive except fiat. Oh, you're absolutely right. Think of it this way. Now, somebody was complaining to me the other day about the price of gas and the price of this and the price of that. I said, hold on for a second. As I recall, when I was in high school, I would work 2 hours. 2 hours of my day would fill up my gas tank. 2 hours of my day would fill up my gas tank. Well, nowadays, even at $25 an hour, the new minimum wage, 2 hours of my time fills up my gas tank. So what's different? Okay, not everything's getting more expensive. The value of our dollar is decreasing. And if you remember this, a couple of years ago, where they pumped trillions of dollars into the economy, when you do that, okay, if there was 100 trillion, now there's 200 trillion. So the value of your dollar just got cut in half because of the money supply increase. Why are we talking about this? Don't get me sidetracked. I get sidetracked easily. What's next for Bitcoin? Don't know, don't care. Was a joke on Dunkin' Donuts comment. What do I think about Ethereum? It's not a dividend stock. That's what I think about it. Okay, so Clip Chaser wants to take a look at Target. Let's just take a look at dividend stocks and stick to what we're doing. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week, investing in weekly dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. What do I think of MSTR? KK, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told the other guy. Go check a financial website and see how often has MSTR increased its profits. And are they at least 20 years old? No, they're not. So, no. What is next for Bitcoin? Don't care. Most people aren't making $25 an hour. Yes, John, I realize that. We are in pre-digital economy still. Soon we will flip to a digital economy. Absolutely right. We are going to flip to a digital economy. Now, when I say I don't trade Bitcoin, I don't. But I deal with finances all the time. So for me, it is important to control my own money. So yes, although I don't trade cryptocurrency, I am going to create my own cryptocurrency, because with the DeFi finance, which means they're deregulating it, so anybody can have their own money. Think about it. You can have your own money. You just go to one of those websites, create some digital coin, and then you put some money behind it and you use that as your asset. Okay? She knows what I mean. I have no idea. Can you please check Kraken? No, Kraken hasn't been around for 20 years. Why does he never look at my stock? Because you always ask me about a crappy stock. Now, I've been doing this for a very long time. You can go and check you're on YouTube. You are physically on YouTube right now. Go to the bio. You will see that I have 1,200 videos doing this exact same thing over the last 15 years. So when you ask me about a stock, at the top of my head, I'll know whether it's a good one or not. If I never heard of it, most likely it's going to be a no. And the reason it's going to be most likely a no, because if there is a company out there that has been consistently profitable for 2 decades and I don't know about it, I would like to know. See, I've been doing it long enough, but off the top of my head. Kraken stock, ain't checking Kraken stock, ain't happening. Ticker symbol FUN. Why are we looking at FUN? Seriously, why are we looking at it? FUN. Let's try it one more time. FUN. Hell no. All right, you happy now? Here's FUN. I don't do monthlies. November, December, January, March, June, July. Those are months of the year. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Do you understand that? Monthly options just don't work for me. I'm looking for 1% a week. I can't do that with a monthly optionable stock because they only trade once a month. Will silver surge? Don't care about silver. Don't. If you could please share Kraken. No, I'm not doing Kraken. It has not been around for 20 years, and I don't even know if they have any dividends. So why would I look at it? Francesco wants to take a look at Wally World, WMT. Now, see, I don't mind doing Wally World. Unfortunately, look at this. Okay, 30 days ago, Wally World was here at 102. Shoots up to 109. Now she's in a downward fall. So Wally World, not this week, maybe next week. So I'm going to write Wally World down for next week. It's already written down for next week. Escape base. Do I have to block you? Because I told you, I'm not looking at Kraken stock. It has not been around for 20 years. Oh, hell no to NVIDIA. NVIDIA is not a dividend stock. It pays 0.02. 0.02 for the year. It gives you a 1 penny. It's a $200 stock. Ain't happening. How about alcoholic stocks? It's a gift that keeps giving. No. I'm hearing that silver is, I don't care about silver. Clark Griswold, new cooking company. Again, no. I'm going to subscribe as soon as I heard weekly dividend stocks. Well, John, you heard the wrong thing. I did not say weekly dividend stocks. I didn't say that. I said investing in dividends for weekly cash flow is what I said, not weekly dividend stock. I didn't say that. SHW, isn't that Sherwin-Williams? SHW, Sherwin-Williams. It's a monthly. I don't do monthlies. Monthlies, the numbers just don't work. IBIT. Wait a minute. IBIT. I got that written down. I know it sounds familiar. Isn't that one of those cryptocurrency stocks? It is. It's a cryptocurrency stock. Why is there a crown? Where the hell do you see a crown? I don't see a crown anywhere. Palantir. Hell no. Yes, I do options. Is that a no to UPS? The dividend is 7%. Okay. Pygmy. I didn't say that about, what do you call it? UPS. Here we go. UPS, hell no. The only reason I'm saying hell no to UPS, do you see this little right here? Okay, that's what we call a gap up. Gap ups have a tendency to fill, which means this baby's coming back down. Her low is right here at 82. She shoots up to 100. That's $18. $18 on an $80 stock. That's what, 22%? So you got 22% there. And today was the first day it started pulling back. Yeah, no. Sorry. What's the difference between you and a day trader? I don't trade every day. Oh, hello from Montreal. I don't do Forex, dude. What do you think about nuclear power company stocks? You got to give me a stock to take a look at, dude. D-Wave. Never heard of it. D-W-A-V-E. D-Wave. Can't find it, so most likely it's not a U.S. company. Francesco, CFA. What the hell is CFA? Hell no. CCI. Double hell no. Do you guys even pay attention? Seriously. Weekly options only. Rule number 1 is never buy something you do not understand. Okay? ULTY, you ain't listening either. Okay? I know for a fact ULTY is only like 3 or 4 years old, and the dividends are horrible. Go over the 1% return strategy, just tuning in. Ben, how are you doing today, Ben? Ben, sit back, relax. I'm here until 11. It's only 15 past 9. Got a long way to go. And let me touch on that just for a second. It is 9:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, October 29th, 2025. So, October 29th, 2025, 9:14 p.m. That's right here, right now. Right here, right now. Okay, we're looking at dividend stocks, investing in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so let's keep on going. What do you focus on mainly? Okay, shy, I told you. Weekly options and consistency of profitability. Jarf, how do we get the list that you are buying? Well, you could go to Google and find out Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and Warren Buffett's list. Okay, those are the 5 lists I look at. Now, out of those 5 lists, there's only about 300 companies. Now, every week we do check to see how many new companies they've added. Well, this week, 10,710. I believe that's the correct number. 10,710 different companies we can invest in here in the US. That's not including European or overseas stuff. That's just here in the US. So how do you decide? Well, I decide about consistency of profitability. How well is the company run? Are they profitable year after year after year after year? Well, I'm looking for 2 decades of consistent profitability. It's not that difficult. I mean, there's 10,700 different companies. Why do I have to look at all of them? All right. Macy's. Who just said Macy's? Macy's, right here. BP, Ben-Har. Macy's, how is it for option sale trade? Well, unfortunately, okay, Macy's had a nice big jump. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up. Do you see where it is? Let's zoom into the last 30 days. Because the last 30 days gives us a really good idea of where do we think it's going next. But think about it logically. If you're an investor, okay, that's the main reason you're here. You're an investor and you want to make money. Well, we're all looking to do the same thing. What do you need to know in order to pick a good company to buy and hold? Do covered calls, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. Well, I love Macy's, I do. This is the last 30 days. Up, down, up. What am I looking at specifically? Do you see this right here? $16.50. That's the bottom right there. Okay, $16.50 and it jumps up to 20. So from 16 to 20 is $4. Now $4 on a $16 stock is about 25%. This, my friends, is a 25% increase. 25%. Think about that. And how many weeks? That's 1 week, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks for a 25% increase. If you're going to hold that longer, you're really crossing your fingers hoping someone doesn't sell. Because think about it. If a stock you bought jumps up 25% and you don't take the profits, that's your own damn fault. Because number one, it's not a profit until you take it. And secondly, nobody ever went broke taking profits. Okay, you don't go broke taking profits. Okay, do you buy 2 cents or 1 cent by the end of 2 months? Definitely have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. Shy, what is a safe percentage rate to compound? 1% on a weekly basis. I am putting $1 million for option sale. Need your help. Okay. KK, how about NVIDIA? Dude, don't you listen at all? Seriously, KK Transport, don't you listen at all? When I say consistently profitable for 2 decades, NVIDIA, oh hell no. Do you even check out the numbers for NVIDIA? Hello, can we take a look at UNH? Ivan likes UNH. Sell at peak, buy in valleys. Hey, Bo James, thank you. How much money you made today? Don't know, don't care. Okay? I invest on a weekly basis. I don't invest on a daily basis. I do all my trading on Mondays and Tuesdays. Fridays, I do my selling and my adjusting. So Wednesday, I really don't do anything. I don't take profit because I don't want to pay taxes. Digi, I'm terribly sorry about that, because you don't take profits. Now, what the hell are you doing here? What's a good ETF to invest in for the long run? Now, KK Transport, my idea of a long run is 30 days. That's my idea of a long term. Can you look up PAC, P-A-C? P-A-C, what the hell is P-A-C? P-A-C. No options. Hell no. Francesco, General Motors. I love General Motors. Matter of fact, I got rid of my General Motors recently. The reason being, check this out. Here's your last 30 days. Okay, we're here. She shot up. That's the time to get rid of it, not the time to jump in. I don't jump in at the 30-day high or the high of the year. I just built up a huge portfolio. Good for you. Visa, my average, 315. I haven't trimmed. Do you think it'll hit a price target of 394? I have no idea. Hell no. Take a look at it. Okay, the high of the year, the low of the year. Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? She shot up, pulled back, shot up, pulled back. Now she's going sideways. We're at 340. You ain't going to see 390 for who the hell knows how long. It's at 340. What makes you think just because you own it, it's going to go from 340 off the chart to 390? Hate to be the bearer of bad news, dude. I jump in, get a small 1% profit. I jump out. I really don't care. Isn't that weird? I really don't care. I'm just looking for the 1% every single week. That's it. So, Clip, let's go take a look at Target. Whoops. Target, TGT. Now, we looked at Target earlier this morning. Okay, here's your high. Here's your low. Here's where it was right there. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now she's coming back down. Look at that right there. Let me zoom in to make it easier for you. Here's your last 30 days. Here, she shoots up, pulls back, shoots up. Here's your high right there. Now she's dropping. Look at the distance from 85 to 100. That's 15. 85 to 100 is 15 bucks. Okay, that's just a tiny bit below 20%. What do you call it, 18% maybe? That right there is an 18% increase. Think about what you're looking at. Do the numbers make sense? It's a $15 move, but still a $15 move on an $85 stock, that's a big move. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. Okay, Dominic DeTelio. XRP is not a dividend stock, brother. Please check AES. What the hell is AES? As Corp. Okay. Why am I looking at this? Do they have dividends and are they consistently profitable? That's my question. Okay, U.S. Farm Style Life. Hey, back again. I remember that name. I'm pretty good with names. So let's go to Yahoo Finance. Okay, I always tell people, if you're going to invest, you need to have at your fingertips access to a financial website. Just because you get a tip, you need to know, is this company profitable? What is the profit and loss statement? What is the book value? What's the earnings per share? What's the revenue per share? These are all important information to decide what it is you want to do. Okay, so AES, what dividends look like for AES? I have no idea. AES. Now, we're on Yahoo Finance. I'm going to wait for this baby to open up. Whatever. There it comes right there. AES Corporation, $14.37. That's the current price. Slide up. All right, so we do have dividends. Right here, dividends. Ooh, the EX dividend is October 31st. That's this Friday. That's like 3 days away. 2 days away. Anyway, I want to go over to here. historical data, because historical data is going to give me the dividends that this company has paid out. This way I don't have to read 20 years worth of quarterly reports and annual reports. Because if the dividend increases, well, that means the profits increase. Okay, here we are right here. Time frame, historical prices. I want to click on historical prices. Come on. It's a little slow today. Yes, it is a little slow today. It was really slow yesterday too, but what the hell's going on? Yeah. Dividend, 17 cents. All right, it's going to take us a while to take a look at this one. How about GM? We're looking at GM. I just built a huge portfolio. Good for you. John, I really want to get a grip on all of this. Please point me in the right direction. I'm happy watching, and I will, to the end, hit the like. Thank you. What about Ford? Now, Ford, hold on. Okay, we're not doing squat here. There it is right there, okay? Dividends only. I only want to look at the dividends because if the dividend consistently increases, that means that the company's profitable. Because remember I said there's 10,710 different companies? Okay, out of those 10,000, only about half, 5,500, actually pay dividends. The other half take all the profits, put it back into the company for escalated growth, make the grow faster. They don't share the profits. Well, that's good for some of you folks. But when you're retired, you got limited choices. Okay? You got to be kidding me. Okay, here we go. 17, 16, 15. All right, what happened here? What happened here? 92, 93, 94, 2012. There's a little bit of a gap right there, an 8-year gap. Why are we looking at this company if there's an 8-year gap in the dividends? Let's keep on. All right, you ready? So let's take a look at the dividends. What do they look like? 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13.7, 14.3, 15.1, 15.8, 16.6, 17.3. That's about it. But it's not 20 years. It goes from, well, where was it? 2012. So 2012 to today's only 13 years. Okay, if you like 13 years, fine. I'll let it slide for this example. So 13 years. Here's the high a year ago, 1683. We bottomed out in May, the end of May, at 936. That's a 50% drop. Okay, what? Almost 17 bucks. We drop all the way down to 9. Okay, not quite 50%, but let's call it 45, 47%. But that's a big drop from the top down to the bottom. Now, can you do that? Can you buy a stock, have it drop 50% and still not sell? Remember what I said, rule 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. So what I do when a stock makes this drop here, okay, it doesn't make it overnight. Okay, so it's here, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So as it's going down, there's still opportunities there to make a little bit of money and to continue to collect the dividends. Well, that's what I'm looking for. Consistency of profitability. Okay, so the last 30 days. Okay, I'm always a little leery when they have a gap up like this. So 30 days ago, we're here at 13. We shoot up to 15, come back down, and we're just going sideways. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Just sideways for 4 weeks. All right. Stock is currently at 1437. The 1450s, hell no. Okay, because that's 2 days left. Okay, so the 1450s are going for 25 cents, which is over 1.5%. That works. The numbers work. But do you like the stock? That's it. Do you like it enough to jump in and buy? I have no idea what they do. Okay, because they're not on my list. Because this company only has, what, 13 years of increased profits? I want 20, 2 decades. How do you size your positions in each trade based on your total cash? Ronak, absolutely. Okay, so if I have 100,000, right? I want to do 5 trades. 20 grand, 20 grand, 20 grand, 20 grand, 20 grand. Fine. If I have 8, I just divide 8 into whatever amount you think you can handle on a regular basis. Okay, so most accounts I have 7 accounts. I manage 7 accounts. Okay, each one has anywhere between, I think the biggest account I have has 10 positions and the smallest one has like 4. No, 3. So between 3 and 10 in all the different accounts that I have. Okay. Need the free PDF on your strategy book available on a subscribe? Well, it's there. Just go to the website and just download the free PDF. It's free. All right, please check. All right, we already checked the AES. Can you talk about your stock then? Paul, I'm not quite sure which stock you want to talk about. KK, I got 2,000 shares of MSTR. I feel bad for your brother, I do. And it's been paying out. It went down on price. Should I keep it? Okay, so KK Transport, you keep asking me questions, and I want to help you out, but sometimes I'm thinking you're just not listening. Okay? MSTR. MSTR. This is one of those companies, or what is it, an ETF or something that's heavily marketed. Okay. $275. That's the strike price. That's the stock price. Okay. There are no dividends in the time period selected, which means MSTR has 0 dividends. Now, the reason I like dividend stocks, who asked that question? KK. All right, KK. Okay. KK, you ready for this? This behind me is an EX dividend calendar. Just like any other calendar, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the dates, blah, blah, blah. We know what's what. Today is the 29th. The 29th is right here. All these little tiny green dots you see here, KK, every single tiny green dot is a company that is getting ready to pay the dividend. Now, an EX dividend calendar is going to show you 4 different things on each company. Number 1 is the announcement date. Basically, they said, hey, everybody, my name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk. This is how much money we made. This is what you're going to get. This is when you're going to get, and everybody's going to be happy. And it's just a wonderful thing. It's the announcement. They just tell you what they're doing when they're doing it. That's all it is. It's just the announcement. Date number 2, that's the important date. The date number 2 is also known as the EX dividend date. The EX dividend date is the very last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid out. Why is that important? Because most dividend stocks have a tendency to go up in value, up in price, increase, whatever you want to call it, go up just before the dividend. So if I like, hold on, T-Mobile. If I like T-Mobile, they have a dividend on the 26th of November. If I want to collect the dividend on T-Mobile, okay, the EX date is on the 26th. If I want that dividend, I got to buy it on the 25th, the 24th, the 13th, the 4th, the 29th, the 31st, any day before the 26th. That's the EX date. the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid. If you want to collect the dividend, you have to own it before this date. Okay, and there's an awful lot of these little green dots. See them all? Now you may think there's some missing, but no. Here, 47. You can't see that. There's 47 companies. Here, 50. Here, 57. Nothing on the 27th. Oh, that's Thanksgiving. Nothing on the 11th. 46 here, 41 there. There's a lot of companies out there. A lot. So, date number 3. Date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. Plain and simple. That's it. Okay, you want the dividend, buy it before the EX date, sell it after the date of record. Date number 4. Payment date, that's just when you're going to get your money. 4 dates. Now, the reason why I like dividend stocks is because dividend stocks are predictable. They're monotonous. They're boring as hell. However, they do the same thing year after year after year, paying the dividend every 90 days. Guess what? Every 90 days, the stock has a tendency to go up just before the dividend, and then it has a tendency to go down after the dividend. It's just statistics. People like to catch dividends, so they buy stocks before the EX date to catch that dividend. It's called dividend capturing. The trading strategy is over 400 years old. It's a 400-year-old trading strategy. Buy the stock, collect the dividend, sell the stock at a profit, and go on to the next one. Well, there's plenty. Look at them all. That is a whole bunch, and that's just the month of November. We can go to September, October, January, March. All these months have whole bunches of companies. Okay? So, that being said, next. Zaza wants to take a look at TSLY. Do you recommend trading on Forex? Okay, Oliver, I know absolutely nothing about you. Now, I tried Forex many years ago. It's unregulated in other parts of the world, but it's regulated here in the U.S. So when the Forex market is open here in the U.S., there is some regulations. But once the market closes in the U.S. and opens overseas, well, there's no regulations there. And you're always, it's news driven, because you're always going off of the news and what's happening. You can make money on if you depends on how much time and effort you put into it. Okay. I'm a mini beast, LNTH. What the hell is that? Seriously. What the hell is LNTH? LNTH. Lantheus Holdings. Hell no. Now, I'm a mini beast. You've been here before. You have. There's no excuse for you to tell me this piece of crap. It may be a great company. It really might be. But I don't do monthlies, and you know I don't do monthlies. So why are you suggesting me take a look at it? Jaja. TSLY. TSLY. Hell no. Sorry, kiddo. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work in my favor. That's why I don't do them. Now, don't get me wrong, the numbers work for other people, but not for me, because I'm looking for 1% every single week. You cannot get 1% every single week on something that trades once a month, because then I'd have to get 4 or 5%. And then I have to try to figure out where the hell is, here's something for you right here. You ready? All right. 30 days ago today, the price is at 940, shoots up to 970, drops down to 8, back up to 860, back down, back up, back down, back up, back down, back up. Great. Awesome. Wonderful. Now, tell me, where is it going to be in 30 days? That's one of the main reasons I don't do monthlies, because you do the trade now, great. You make whatever percentage they're offering. What percentage are they offering, by the way? The stock's at 860. The 9 is going for 10 cents. That's 1%. Do you see that? The 9, it's 864. The closest strike price is going to be the 9. The 9 is paying 10 cents. That's just barely over 1%. And that's for the month. So I'll be holding this thing for a month to catch 1%. 1% a month is only 12% a year. Now, you may be okay with 12% a year, not me. Because, see, I've been doing this for about 15 years, ever since I taught my daughter. I said, holy cow, can't be that easy. But it was. So that's basically all I do nowadays, get 1% every week. But you got to understand, the 1% of my account takes care of all my bills. Now, I'm 61 years old. Okay? It took me 50 years to get in. My first job was 1974, Old Man Simmons Farm. 1974, my very first job. Okay? Now, I've done a lot of crappy jobs in my life. I've done roofing. I've done flat roofing in July in Florida. You know what flat roofing is in July in Florida? Yeah, you use hot tar on a roof in Florida. And so, yeah, that sucked. Okay, I also worked at the dump, the landfill site, when they recycle stuff. Yep, I worked there. I did day labor. Okay, I worked as not a contractor, but I worked on, what do you call it, skilled laborer at a construction site. I've done that. I was a laborer, and I was a fisherman. I was a lobsterman. I did a lot of stuff. But it took me 50 years to get to where I am now financially. And yeah, this has helped me out 1% every single week, blah, 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 all that kind of nice, neat stuff. Let's keep on keeping on. Shy, thank you for that. Public Inspector, how are you doing today? We looked at that one. Douglas Needles wants to take a look at Schlumberger SLB. If you did not know, which a lot of people don't know, SLB, Schlumberger, is a dividend king. That means that this company here has increased its profits for 5 consistent decades. That means this year they're going to make more money than they did last year. They made more money last year than they did the year before. And then so on and so on and so on. So each year, higher and higher and higher profits for 5 decades. I got no problem whatsoever jumping onto Schlumberger if everything looks good, and it doesn't. Let me explain. Here's your last 30 days. 30 days ago, we're at 34. We drop down to 31. We shoot up to 37. 31 to 37 is $6. Just shy of 20%. Okay, a 20% jump? Hell no. Okay, now I like getting the 30-day bottom right there. 2 days to the upside. I would have jumped in. Wait a minute. 1 day, 2. I would have jumped in right there. Okay, I'm not BSing anyone, not blowing smoke either. I'm not going to tell you, you buy it down here. No, it doesn't happen that way. Well, at least not for me. I don't bottom fish. I've never, ever, ever picked a bottom. Never. I've never picked a top. Never. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've never picked a bottom, and I've never picked a top. It's not that I'm unlucky. It's just I have no desire to do that. Because once you hit the bottom, okay, hold on. Let me show you this. Okay? Now, here's your 30-day high. Here's your 30-day bottom. How do you know that that is the bottom? You don't, because the next day it could go lower, and then it could go lower, and then it could go lower. You can only tell a bottom when there is something to compare it to, not just on the left. Okay, not just on the left. You need something on the right. Now, on the right, well, 1 day. Let's look at 1 day. Okay? Here's the bottom. Get 1 day on the left, 1 day on the right, 1 day higher. Well, that could be an anomaly. I want 2 days to the upside, and then I would jump in on the 3rd day. Okay, next day. There you go. Bottom, 1 day, 2 days. 3rd day, I'm jumping in. There it is right there. That's where I would jump in. 30-day top, 30-day bottom, 1, 2, 3. That's where I jump in. Never, ever, ever I have ever picked a bottom. It's really challenging. I mean, stock drops. How do you know that's the bottom? You need something to compare it to. Okay, so I said no to Schlumberger this week only because 30 days, here's your bottom, there's your top. It's over 20%. I don't try to chase it past 20%. I don't even try chasing it past 7 or 8. I jump out, and then I jump into something else. Because remember, there's 10,710 different companies to look at, all doing the exact same thing, striving forward for profitability. You jump off one, jump on to another. When that one slows down, you jump off of that, jump on to another. They're all going the same direction. They're just going at a different pace. Thank you there, Mr. Doughboy. Uh-oh, Paul wants to take a look at Mosaic, M-O-S. That's a good company. M-O-S. Nope, not this week it ain't. Not this week. See that big drop? Sideways, down, sideways. Here's a new 30-day bottom here. Weren't we just talking about this like 2 seconds ago? We don't know if this is the bottom. So let's say I'm being adventurous and I think I can pick a bottom. Well, I can pick that. But I don't know if it's going to go lower tomorrow. I just don't know. It could. Are we selling weekly puts on dividend stocks? Brandon, no. We are selling covered calls on dividend stocks. What platform should I use to trade? Oliver, I know absolutely nothing about you, but if you want to leave me your phone number, I'll give you a buzz and we can chat. I promise you I won't try to sell you anything. IRPR, it's a REIT. Nicholas, how are you doing today? Okay. What about following a few different strategies at the same time? Now, Digi, I'm going to agree with you 100%. However, I only give away one for free. Sorry. I could be here all night long telling you all the stuff that I know. Yeah, no. I'm not going to do that. Okay? I'm giving away for free a trading strategy created specifically for my 9-year-old daughter. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. 5 rules. Never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's profitable. Weekly options, and then double check the numbers. Make sure they work. That's it. 5 criteria, 5 rules. If you do it right, that's a possible 50% per year. When's the last time you made 50% per year for like 5 or 10 minutes of your time? I've never done it before I found this strategy. All right, Christmas. Did I read that name right? Christmas? Christmas tree. What do you think we doing tomorrow? The same thing we did today. KK, what ETFs be 20 years plus to invest securely? No idea. Okay, KK, I don't pick anything for long term. See, I'm strictly a trader. I buy, I sell. I buy, I sell. Okay, I'm not delusional thinking I'm going to be here for another 20, 30, 40 years. I have no desire whatsoever to put my money into anything and just sit and wait and watch. Because that's what you do with growth stocks. You put your money in there and you sit and wait. Terribly sorry, I need weekly income. It is what it is. I don't even collect Social Security. I'm not old enough. Isn't that weird? I'm retired, but I'm not old enough to get Social Security. D. Lee, how are you today? Jim Ellers, how are you? Black Hunt, how are you? Black Hunt, show us again. I have no idea what you want me to show you again. Which stocks most paying good dividends? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and Warren Buffett's list. Would you take profits on XRP if it was up 3,000? Jessica, I don't do XRP, so I really can't answer that question for you. Nico, you're here on time. Yes, you are. Gabriel, how are you doing? What percentage of your portfolio do you use to trade options? 100%. Isn't that weird? I buy a stock, I sell the options. That's all I do. Well, no, because I do some cash secured puts every once in a while. And I give it up on the, what do you call it, spreads? Debit spreads and credit spreads. I gave up on them because it's just too much effort. Isn't that weird? It's too much effort. For me, if you want to do them, fine. Is this recorded, right? John, it's being recorded right now. If you didn't know, John, this screen right here is live on YouTube right now. So you're on TikTok, so you need to go to the top left corner over your screen, click on that little icon up there. That will take you to my website, and that will take you hypothetically to YouTube, where this is being recorded. What broker am I using? Julio, I'm using Charles Schwab. Oh, Chucky boy. Rambo Bambo. SoFi. We looked at it a little while ago, and it has no dividends, so no. I told you to look at ExxonMobil yesterday. John, I don't remember looking at ExxonMobil yesterday. But here it is today. Okay, the high of the year, low of the year. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up. What's going on right there? Last 30 days. 30 days ago, we were at 115. We dropped down to the bottom at 110. Now we got a 30-day high at 117. Okay, you're at the 30-day high, brother. What are you waiting for? Okay, I don't take anything past the 30-day high. I like to get rid of it. I like to buy low and then sell high. I don't like to buy high and wait. No, I don't like to do that. Jennifer, how you doing, Jennifer Doan? Sunny, how are you doing? Chase Coleman. Oh, Ronak Patel, how are you doing? Thank you for answering. You're welcome. Aaron, how are you? Bins, what's going on? Jason, how do you feel about OXIC? What the hell is that? Ooh. Oh, someone just gave me something. Thanks. I don't know who that was. Okay, what was that? OXIC? What the hell is OXIC? OXIC. Can't find that symbol. Terribly sorry. Or is it OXLC? OXLC. Oxford Capital. Has no options. Hell no. Sorry, Jason. Tick, tick, tock. ESS. Goes the clock. ESS. Essex. PPT, TR Inc. REIT. Hell no. Sorry. Oh, BP wants to take a look at Home Depot. Not this week. Isn't that weird? Okay. 30 days ago was the high. Here's your bottom right here. She shoots up. Now she's pulling back down. Now, next week might be good for Home Depot because we're looking for Schlumberger, not Burger. SLB is Schlumberger. Terribly sorry, John. Okay? SLB is Schlumberger. It's a dividend king. It was a good pick. But Schlumberger, okay? You got to give me the ticker symbol for Schlumberger, John. Aaron, so the internet is to sell before it goes up too much to avoid major taxes. Aaron, no. I don't worry about taxes at all. Okay? I don't even want to talk about taxes. You need to talk to you need to talk to a tax strategist if you're worried about paying taxes. Escape base. It's like the 5th time or 6th time you asked me about Kraken stock. Fine. Give me the ticker symbol and I'll tell you no. Right? Francesco wants to take a look at Ford. I'm going to say no to Ford only because here's the bottom. She shoots up. Now she's pulling back. So Ford maybe in another 2 weeks. I'll write Ford down for 2 weeks from today. Give it some time to pull back. Oh, hell no. Just on principle. Faith, thank you for that. Okay. Does anyone believe that there's someone in the room with me? Nope, there's no one in the room. I'm by myself. Lizzie, how are you doing today? Can we take a look at Constellation brand, STZ? I like STZ. STZ, Constellation brands. Ooh. Ooh. Do you like that one? Ooh. Looking at a new 30-day bottom. Actually, bottom of the year. Take a look at that. 30 days ago, shoots up. Now we're down here. bottom of the year. It's great if you want to, wait till it turns around. Lizzie, what's the best stock to do covered calls on? Dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend contenders. What's your take on day trading? I don't do day trading, sorry. Mental health matters. Schlumberger, say it with me. Schlumberger. Great, that doesn't help me out. I need the ticker symbol. Okay, you make the assumption that I know what Schlumberger is. When you ask for SLB, SLB is Schlumberger. SLB, Schlumberger. You want me to look at Schlumberger? You got to give me the ticker symbol for Schlumberger, and it's not SLB. Lisa, thank you there, Miss Lisa. All right, what are we looking at now? Oh, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Okay, where are we? La, 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 la. Wow. All right. All right. I gotta get back to the beginning where all these questions are. Oh, where are they? Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, okay, here we go. Which stock did you lose this year? Be honest with you, I don't remember. I'd have to go look. It's not something I write down, keep at the back of my head. Fab wants to take a look at American Airlines. American Airlines, Fab, here we go. Uh-oh, you just missed it, dude. You really did. 30 days ago, here we are right here. She shoots up. Now it's time to come back for American Airlines, Fab. Sorry. What's the difference between you and a day trader? I'm only online for maybe an hour. Now, personally, my own personal account, 10 to 15 minutes. But I help out other people, so it takes me a little bit longer. And I don't day trade. CDR, Meta, only has 2 years of dividends. It's a no. Okay? Nathan, no. Ooh, users 611181111800006, whatever, wants to take a look at Riley. Now, I did jump into Riley early during the week. Got a nice premium on that one. Okay, the high of the year, the low of the year. Where was it? Where is it? Blah, blah, blah. Look at the big drop, big jump. Now we're dropping again. Well, last 30 days right here. Now, here's your last 30 days. Down, up, down. Look at right there. Zooming up. Now that right there looked awesome. So I jumped in on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, coming back down again. Sometimes it happens. Can I trust RDYY? I have no idea what RDYY is. RDYY. No options. Can't help you out with that one. I have no idea who they are. Okay, BP Benar wants me to call tomorrow. As long as you give me the ticker symbol, not a problem. The phone number, not a problem. Wild and out. Hey, bud, do you ever have a roll? Yes, I do. Every week. Uh-oh. Ali wants to take a look at Emerson Electric. I love Emerson Electric. Here we go. EMR. Emerson Electric. Ooh. All right, out of there. Okay. So you get the high of the year, low of the year. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. Okay, what's going on right there? Is that a good time to jump in? I'm going to say no. Okay. 30 days ago, shoots up, drops down. Here's the bottom right here at 126. She jumps up to 138. 126 to 138 is 12 bucks. Not quite 10%, but pretty much close to it. It's like 9%. See, 126, and it jumps up to 138. Okay, that is over 10%. No. 12. Okay, right around 10%. Yeah, no. Do I do ETFs? Every once in a while, I'll do a few of them. That's about it, Jay. Farmer Jim, would you consider PayPal since they started back the dividend December 10? Okay, PayPal, I don't think has dividends. Does PayPal have dividends? PYPL. Let's find out. Josh, saving money won't beat inflation. Cash needs to flow. The wealthy invest. Okay, Josh, I'm going to agree with you. Okay, PayPal, no dividends. Okay, the name of the show is called Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow, or Dividend Stock Talk. Cool Arrow, back again. How are you today? Wild and out. Do you ever have a rule? Yes, I do. Wizard's Chest, back again, dude. I remember you here a couple months ago. Haven't seen you in a while. You can trade options on Bitcoin and ETH, so you're actually wrong. Thank you for that. Now, Wizard's Chest, is Bitcoin 20 years old with 20 profits, consistent and predictable? And Ethereum, is that 20 years of profits, and is that predictable? Master Options Trader here, by the way. Thank you there, Wizard's Chest. Realty Income, I don't do monthlies. Who's that? User 674. Yeah, I don't do monthlies, and Realty Income is a monthly. You can do weeklies. Yes, I know. Okay, there's a few ETFs that have cryptocurrency ETFs, okay, that have weekly options, but they don't have consistency of profitability. Okay, they don't have it. Okay, Connor, we looked at Ford already. Josh, what are the thoughts on General Electric? General Electric, hell no. I don't buy anything at the high of the year. That's the high of the year, brother. No. Okay, Connor, we already saw that high of the year in Ford. They started to pull back. Do you ever look at fundamentals? Okay, wild and out. Rule number one, never buy something you do not want to hold on to long term. Create a list. The stock list I'm talking about, Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett's list. That's 5 lists. That's about 300 different companies. Now, yes, on those 300 companies, I do check the fundamentals. I check how consistently are they profitable. I take a look at the dividends and how consistently have they increased. I take a look at the book value. What is the actual value of the company as opposed to what the public thinks? Okay. What is the income coming in on a regular basis? What's the PE ratio? All that kind of crap. It's not on my list unless it passes all the fundamentals. So when I say create a list, okay, Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, blah, 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 blah. All of those. Take a look at all the numbers. Do they make sense? Are those companies you want to buy? How do you size your position in each trade based on your total cash? If I'm doing 5 position, it's 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. If I'm doing 4 position, it's 25, 25, 25, 25. If I'm doing 10 positions, it's 10, 10, 10, 10, whatever it is. I try to keep them even. Eric wants to take a look at QCOM. Hell no. Okay. 30-day bottom right there, 155. She jumps up to 205. That's $50. $50 on a $155 stock. That's a 30%. 30%. Hell no. User 674-938, Coca-Cola. Well, we talked about this yesterday, didn't we? Okay, the gap up. Gap ups have a tendency to fill. That's exactly what happened today. Okay, so currently at 68.35. The 69s are going for 47 cents. Hell no. Now, don't get me wrong, user 6749. I like Coca-Cola. They've been in business for 140 years. They are dividend king, which means 5 decades of consistent profits. But at the current price, 68.35, I want to do the 69s, and they're only paying 47 cents. Okay, that's about 0.6%. That's not even 1%, so no. Greggy Monte, Apple, AAPL. Hell no. What is it with you guys and picking stocks at the high of the year? What is it? What's with picking the high of the year? Back over to here. Okay, mental health matters. Schlumberger, you got to give me the ticker symbol. IDM, how much for you to teach me one-on-one? Best bet is for you to send me a text message. Okay, I don't try to sell anything when I'm here. Okay, here I'm just sharing information. Okay, Flores, like I said, same thing I said to the other guy, send me your phone number, I'll give you a buzz, we'll talk. Okay, I promise I won't try to sell you anything. Dixon Family Kennels, thank you, sir. Tick-Tock. The trading platform he uses is Thinkorswim. Absolutely. Todi Uranga. Good evening. I like your techniques. Thank you, Shy Shy. Ariana. What do you trade? Forex options, dividend stocks, and weekly options. Ariana. Christopher Thomas. How many are in the group trading in that 10-minute window is key to me. I'm not quite sure I understand that question, but okay. KK, I meant the stocks should be around for 20 plus years to invest in confidently. Absolutely, I'm going to agree with you. Crystal Nixon. Okay, hello. KK, thank you there, KK. Tick-Tock, some misinformation here. Read a book. Outstanding, thank you for that. BKMMA, there's a good place to start learning and invest. Oh, where's a good place to start learning and investing? YouTube. Jason, OXLC. Didn't we look at that already? OXLC. Oxford Lane Capital. Nope. Oh, mental health, SLB, Schlumberger equals Schlumberger. That makes no sense, but okay. Lonnie likes ET, energy transfer. Now, Lonnie, I don't like energy transfer, and here's the reason why I don't. Hold that thought. I'm about to show you. Okay, Lonnie, are you ready for this? Energy transfer. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, sideways, down, and up. Okay, great. $16.93. That's the current price. What I don't like about energy transfer, okay? $16.93, the 17s are going for 7 cents, not even close to 1%. But look at this. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So if I am wrong and the stock drops, what am I collecting? 0, 0, 0, 0. I don't do energy transfer. I don't do AGNC. There's a few others I don't do because of the bunch of zeros. Now, if I'm incorrect and the stock goes down, I need to be able to drop my strike price, which means I'll be 1, 2, 3 strikes out of the money. Out of the money means 0, 0, 0, 0. Oh, 2 cents, 0, 0, 0. KJ wants to look at Halliburton and Verizon. All right, KJ, let's take a look. So who asked about ET? Lonnie? Sorry, dude, I don't like ET. The numbers just don't work. How many weeks before dividend expiration do you buy? 2 weeks. Mr. X official. Okay, thank you. A ZV lad. What about BBAI? What the hell is that? BBAI. BBAI. BBAI 3 times. Big Beer Holdings. Big Beer AI Holdings. Okay, $6.09. Am I reading this right? This thing was like $1 a year ago. I'm going to say hell no. Any stock that's $1 1 year ago, ain't no way possible it has 2 decades of increased profits. Ain't no way. CSX, Michael, CSX. What the hell is that? Interesting. Not the right time to buy it, though. Take a look. 30 days ago at the 30-day bottom. Shoots up. There's the high. It went from 33 to 37, which is $4, which is over a 10% increase. 10%, now she's dropping. Not quite the right one to jump into at this moment in time. Christopher Thomas, ZCRMF. What the hell is that? Seriously, ZCRMF. I'll try it one more time. ZCRMF. Golden Cross Reserves. Hell no. No options. No thank you. Eric QCOM. Hell no. What's this, Eric? It was at 150, shoots up to 200. That's a 30% increase. Now she's pulling back. No. User 674938. We already looked at Coca-Cola. Greggy, we already looked at Apple. Eric, Mara. Well, I like Mara. I actually have some. I do. Well, let's take a gander. Okay, take a look. Mara. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Not quite the right time to jump in. Look at your last 30 days. Okay? 30 days was a 30-day bottom. Shoots up. She goes from 16 to 23. That's $7. 16 to 23, $7. That's almost 50% between here and here. Now she's dropping right there. So I'd be looking for a turnaround right about here. Now I already have Mara, so I look at it every single day. Deanne Bullard, hi. Can you help promote some commercial posts and videos for us? We'll pay reasonable promotion fees. I'm going to say no, my dear. Okay? I don't do sponsors. I don't need the money. I'm not looking for the money. So it's not what I'm looking for. I'm just sharing information. You will never, ever see me advertise a product. Never. Because I don't believe in it. Okay? You got a question? I'll answer your question. Okay, user 927265467. QQQI. I could say no now. Okay, so let's go back to Yahoo Finance, because apparently you want to look at QQQI. I could tell you no, but QQQI, but you're probably not going to listen anyway. So here we go, QQQI. Give it a few seconds. There it is right there. Okay, so NEOS, high income ETF, QQQI, $55.78. Well, here's the dividends. Can that be right? February 21 was the first dividend? That's 2 years ago. Do you realize you're investing in a 2-year-old company? 2, that's it, first dividend. Okay, well, let's look at the dividends. 59.60, that's up, that's down, that's up, that's up, that's down, that's up, that's down, that's up, 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 down, 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 up, down. Why the hell would you want to jump into a company that can't make up its mind whether it's profitable or not? Okay? They're making money, they're losing money. So it goes from 62 to 61, that's backwards. 64 to 60, that's backwards. They're not consistently profitable, so why the hell are you putting your money in there? I really don't care where you put your money. Okay, you can do whatever you want, whatever makes sense to you. But ask yourself the question, why are you putting your money into a company that's only 2 years old and not consistently profitable? These numbers should go higher and higher and higher, not up, down, up, down, up, down. What's wrong with a company that's consistently profitable? Think about it. Why are you entrusting your money into a 2-year-old company that's not consistently profitable? BTCI, what the hell is that? BTCI. Let's check on that one. Okay. Well, NEOS ETF Trust, Bitcoin High Income Fund, BTCI, 56 bucks. Let's check out what the dividends look like. Again, October 2024. 112, higher, 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 lower, 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 higher, lower, higher. Do you guys even read the financial information about where you put in your money? I mean, seriously, think about it. You take a look at the annual reports. It's going to say, oh, we made money this quarter. Oh, we made more money. Oh, we made more money. Oops, we didn't hit our target. Up, down again. Oh, even worse. Do you read it or you just skim over it and say, yeah, it's good enough? Because, never mind. Next. Next. That's what I like about. Next. Joe Bruin, how are you today? Oh, SB 1981, Hormel. Hormel is another company over 100 years old. HRL. Ooh, I wouldn't jump in until this is figured out. Okay? High of the year, low of the year. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, sideways, big drop, another drop. Here's the bottom right there. Today is the bottom of the year. This company's over 100 years old. Here's the bottom. Why is that? Look at the blue lines. That's volume. This is almost triple volume of the normal. Normal volume's here. Today, way up there, that's a lot of volume today. Why? Why did Hormel make that big drop? And with that big drop, is he going to bounce off tomorrow? That's a very good question. Is it going to bounce up tomorrow? La 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 la. Okay, D King wants to take a look at Nike. I like Nike. I actually have some Nike, by the way. I do. All right, I'm going to say I wouldn't jump into it now. I would wait a little bit because 30 days ago we're here, drop up, drop up. Now she's down. Okay, so what's going on here? Are you looking for the bottom? This might be it. Might be. Might not. It could go lower tomorrow. That's why anytime I see a bottom, one day, 2 day, on the third day, I'll jump in. And I'll hold on to it until I hit my percentages. Simple. B2 wants to take a look at Devon Energy, DVN. Now, I actually have some Devon Energy. Same thing. Here's your bottom, here's your top, here's where it was, here's where it is. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, on the downside. It's coming down, so not a great time to jump in, but last 30 days, what do you think? Here's your 30-day high, here's your 30-day bottom, shoots up, now she's pulling back down again. B2 wants to take a look at BA. Isn't that Boeing? Boeing, ooh, big pullback on Boeing today. Okay, up, down, up, down, up, down. What happened here? Look at the volume. That's the average volume. Look at this. That's a lot of volume for today for Boeing. What's going on with Boeing? Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I didn't follow the news. I don't watch the news. I have no idea why Boeing did that today. So if anybody knows, why did Boeing do that? Ali, we already looked at Verizon. Captain Crunch, SPHD. What the hell is that? SPHD. Invesco's 500 dividend, blah, 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 ETF. Hell no. Sorry, Captain Crunch. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Not for me anyway. Ryan Star Inc. Please tell me high dividend good stocks. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders. Jeff Sasks, Kohl's. I love Kohl's. I do. It's my #1 profitable company. Here we go. Here's your high, here's your low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Coming down. What's going on here? Well, let's find out. Zoom on in. Last 30 days gives me a good idea where it's going. Down, up, down, up, down. Not a good time to jump into coals, but maybe 2 weeks should be right about here. So I'm going to write coals down for 2 weeks from today. Okay, just might. What's your thoughts on RLN? G18, what is LRN? Stride. Hell no. IIPR. Innovative Industrial Party REIT. I have no idea. Property REIT. Oh, hell no. Okay, sorry, Nicholas. I don't do monthlies. Eric, Texas Instruments, TXN. Now, I do have some Texas Instruments, but look what happened here. Big pullback. It's about time for me to, what do they call that? Dollar cost average. 30 days ago, we're way up here. Drop down, shoot up, gaps down, drops, back up, back down. 160 is where we are now. Now, I thought this was an anomaly, that gap down, because they didn't hit their target. Well, she bounced off of it. Now she's coming back down again. Is what it is. Ashley Koloff, 18-year. I have no idea what 18-year means. Nicholas, IIPR, we looked at it, already said no. John, Pfizer, what to expect with earnings? PFE. Okay, I'm not quite sure. Okay, 30 days ago, we're here at 23. Shoot up to 27, drop back down, back up, and then just go sideways. Right here, it's just coming down. So next week, Pfizer. Not this week, next week. Pfizer. All right. Pfizer, what to expect on earnings? I have no idea. Carlos Realguera. Okay. I'm a lion. I'm lion. Okay. What about selling it at a loss to write off your taxes? That's something you need to talk to a tax strategist about. Sorry. I'm clam. Okay. Sarah Scott, how are you doing? Back again. Nice to see you. Mikey G. Conagra gets 0.35 dividend tomorrow. I added to my position. All right, well, let's take a look at Conagra. CAG. Conagra Brands. Looking for a bottom. Oh, Mikey, you're a little bit more adventurous than I am. Okay, got your high last year, 30 bucks. Drops down to 17 today. Went sideways. Look at this. Down, up, down, sideways, and now down. So we have a new bottom of the year for Conagra. But do you like, ask the big question. Shoots up, pulls back, back up, back down. Here's the new bottom right there. Is that the bottom? It's the bottom of the year, but could tomorrow be lower? Telling them about daily mission. All right, I'm about to. What about, okay, thank you, Lion. Conagra. Okay, Mikey G. I saw that. How many weeks before we did that one? Okay, did that one. CSX, we did that one, we did that one, and we did that one. Grateful I don't do AVGO. The numbers are horrible. Thoughts on XLF? What, Josh, what the hell is XLF? XLF. Select Strategy Financial Select Spider ETF. Okay. Well, how often has this thing increased its dividends? Let's go find out. XLF. Okay, we're over at Yahoo Finance to see what kind of dividends does XLF have. Is it even a contender? Is it something we want to take a look at? All right. So it does have dividends. It's at 52 bucks. Let's go all the way back as far as we can go. 2010 to, ooh, this thing actually has 20 years of dividends. Who came up with this one? Woohoo! Nice. Thank you, Josh. Well, let's take a look at the numbers. 2005, that's 20 years ago. Okay? 2 decades, 20 years. Okay. So 2005, 12 bucks. 12 cents. Goes 12, 14, 13. That's backwards. 16, 14, that's backwards. 15.1, 15.7, 22, 12, that's backwards. 16, 20, 21, 16, that's backwards. 15, that's backwards. 14, that's backwards. 6.9, that's backwards. 4.9, that's backwards. 3 point, hell no. Sorry, dude. No. It's just dropping. The highest was 21. Now we're down to 3. Went from 21 down to 3. And you think this is good? Did you even look at these numbers? And that's at 2009. We still got another 15 years to go. No. Sorry. Josh, XLF, the numbers are horrible. Can you please look at AVGO? Why? Seriously, why do I want to look at AVGO? Oh, that's Broadcom. AGNC. AGNC, no. AVGO, yes. But no. Okay, number one, I don't buy at the high of the year. So what the hell? Why are we looking at this? Explain to me in a manner which I will understand. This thing's at the high of the year. What is the buying opportunity? Seriously, it's a serious question. Why the hell am I looking at something that I should be selling, not buying? Uh-oh, user K0876 apparently doesn't listen to anything I say, because I sure should say nothing that is crap. And she wants me to take a look at VOO. All right, well, let's take a look at VOO. We're going to go to Yahoo Finance, because VOO, okay, Vanguard S&P 500 ETF VOO. It is $631 per share. Okay, all the way back to the beginning, 2010. So 2010. So this thing has 15 years. Okay, I asked politely for 20 years, and you want me to look at 15 years. All right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's do this for a second. All right. 55, 52, backwards. 53, higher, lower. Higher, lower. Whoops. Right there. 67, 73, higher, lower. Higher, lower. Higher, lower. You see the problem I have here? Okay, lower, higher. I don't like stocks that aren't consistently increasing. I don't. Okay, for the fun of it, let's do this. Okay, give it a few seconds. Okay, what we're looking at now is Microsoft. We all know who Microsoft is. Let's go back to 2005. Here we are right here. 8, whoops. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20, 23, 28, 31, 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75, 83. Did you notice every single entry was higher and higher and higher and higher? Why are we investing in companies that aren't profitable? Why are you having me look at stuff that doesn't fit? There are plenty that have increased their profits year after year after year after year. That's the only thing I want to buy. Okay, looks like it would go lower. Yep, it does. Okay, we looked at that. We looked at that. Oh, low battery power. That's not good. Why do I have low battery power there? Let's put this in here. Oops. There we go. What? That ain't working either? Come on. Nope. Guess that ain't working. Oh, well. That's not working either. Oh, well. AVTX. Bartlett Burner. What the heck is AVTX? AVTX. Avalo Therapeutics. Ugh, hell no. I don't do monthlies. They just don't work. Sorry. Jimmy Wah. Is it possible to zoom the chart when you're demonstrating, please? Okay, Jimmy, I appreciate you asking, but this here is live on YouTube. So you can, if you want to, go into the other room and put on your big screen TV. However, I have no idea how to make this bigger, and I don't know how to zoom in. But what I do know how to do, you like this, Jim, watch this, you'll like this. Okay, let's go right there, right there, right there. Okay. All right, you ready, Jim? Watch, you'll like this. Come on. Right there. Watch, Jim, I'm not done yet. Right here, there it is. Here it is, Jimbo. Are you ready? Whoops, come on. There you go, Jim. Now we can zoom in. What do you think? What do you think? Now we can zoom in. Okay. The bottom, right here, shoots up nicely. Why the hell are we looking at this thing? The opportunity's gone. Okay? The high is right there. So why are we looking? Shouldn't we be selling and not buying? Just a thought. Come on. Whoops. All right. Nice. All right, back to where we were. Vibe has stopped. All righty. That worked. Uh-oh. What did I just do? Oh, connecting. Enjoy. Enjoy. All right, so let's keep on going. What's next? Talavera, truck driver. I have no idea what that means. Let's look at ExxonMobil. Okay, John Calvin, we looked at ExxonMobil earlier today. Thank you, Clay. Nicholas, we already looked at that. It's a no. Thank you. All right, Crypto Maniac, how are you doing? Susie, good evening, Miss Susie. Maverick, what's going on? Maxanne, Kagdala, Borjalsta. Oh, voice of wisdom. Hakuna Matata's in the house. Les, what's going on? Faith, good evening. Welly, good evening. Little Cricks, what's happening? John, so is this recorded? No, John, it's not recorded yet. Okay, let me just explain something, John. John, it is 10:34 p.m. on the 29th of October 2025. So if you are listening to this or watching this other than the time I just stated, it's recorded. But at this moment in time, it's live. Okay? Okay there, Pumpkin? There you go. Pumpkin Rads, what's happening? Faith, can I contact you? Faith, the easiest, best thing to do is go right up to the top left-hand corner, click on that, send me a DM, give me your number. I'll give you a buzz. We'll chat. Do you only trade on volume? If not, what indicators? All right, I don't use any indicators. Oh, wait, sorry. Okay, Rebel Rooster. The two indicators I use is consistency of profitability and weekly options. Okay, Faith, you just texted me. Hold that thought for 1 second. All right, I'll take a look at it a little bit later. Yukim Eda, how are you today? G8, John, no, he just gets so many questions, he gets behind. Thank you there, G8, I do get very behind. A lot of people asking questions. With a drop like that, I would pull a volume range and check RSI Starch, RSI MACD for reversal. Okay, again, perfect example why adults want to make this thing more complicated than it needs to be. Not that it's wrong, Rebel, okay? You're absolutely 100% right for what you are doing. The strategy I'm teaching you, that I'm showing you step by step by step, was created for my 9-year-old daughter. Hold on a second. Let me introduce you to her in case you forget. Give me a second while we find out exactly where she is. Right there, right there. Here's all the social media. Hold on. Right there, see, it's all the social media. Click on YouTube. Takes me to YouTube. Oh, low battery. Close. Okay, there's 10-minute trader right there. Okay, so on the 10-minute trader, I want to look right there under videos. Okay, so videos. The oldest videos, and here's the princess right here. Now I got to figure out what the heck my son did to the volume. Okay, is the volume. So why can't I hear anything? I can't hear a damn thing. I have no idea. All right, what are we getting here? Okay. Settings, stable sound. I have no idea. All right, I'll have to explain, my son will have to explain to me why there's no volume. Anyway, that's the little princess right there. Okay. And that's me 15 years ago. Look at all the hair I had then. Whoa. Okay, so I created it for my 9-year-old daughter when she was 9 back in 2008. It's supposed to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. His talking nonsense. Thank you, Randy. Why am I talking nonsense? Sounded normal to me. Amir, how are you today? Pyro undiagnosed. Interesting. John, gotcha. Thank you. All right, you're welcome, John. Talavera, Thinkorswim, you're welcome. Apple user, good evening. Mark, thank you. US. Hello. Simple Life of Saint Tawny. Mark, good evening. What is option? Uh-oh. Faith beyond meat ain't happening, dude. Just on pure principle. Okay? You're making meat in a factory for, it reminds me of that movie Soylent Green. If you don't know it, look it up. Soylent Green. Yeah. It's pronounced Schlumberger. Thank you, G18. It says Schlumberger, so I'm going to call it Schlumberger. What's a good strategist? Ooh, that's a good question. Jeff Sask, Coles. We were looking at Coles earlier. Faith, you already asked me about Beyond Meat. I'm a lion if I'm lying. Okay, thank you. Chef Mac, what's going on? David Wong, good evening. F.E. Welder, good evening. What's a good strategist? A good strategist, someone will be able to explain to you the best way to set up your account for paying the least amount of taxes. That would be a good strategist. Very first question you should ask a very good strategist is, how much taxes do you pay? That should be the very first question you ask any tax professional. How much taxes do you pay? Okay, John Calvin, how are you today? All right, I'm going to sit down, grab a seat, because we still got a bunch of questions to go through. Looks like it would go lower. Okay, Bartlett Burner, AVTX. All right, we already said no to that one. Okay, I am an AI TikToker. Rigetti, yep. Right above your comment is Josh. Banking Bros. Oh, how's it going, dudes? DVUC. I'd say that chart has some room to cook. All righty. Scroll up, though. All right, Rigetti, got that. Why judge it in 2008? I have no idea what you mean by that. Why judge it in 2008? Oh, are you talking about the dividends? Well, if the company is not profitable, it's not profitable. When I say consistency of profitability, it should be year after year after year after year, going back 20 years. Now, 20 years ago, it was 2005. So yeah, 20 years ago, 2005, well, would include 2008. Can you speak on Meta earnings? No. Meta has only been around, Meta's been around for a while, but they don't have enough dividends. Press Control and Plus. Why am I doing that? Oh, Consan Ostra, MSRI. What the heck is MSRI? Ivesco Van Kemper Emerging Markets Fund Class Y, and it's not even in there. Sorry, dude. CLVT. CLVT. Claravet Place. No. Sorry, I don't do monthlies. Didn't I already say that? I don't do monthlies. Monthlies, I don't do them. They just don't work. Britt. Hey, Papa, how you doing? I'm doing wonderful. Thank you there, Miss Britt. KK, thanks for your advices. See you next time. Got to go to work. Okay, terribly sorry, KK. I don't give advice. I give observations. Yuckett and Macy's, we already looked at it. Already looked at Macy's. So David Wade, Kraken is a crypto privately owned. Well, we can't trade it if it's privately owned. Can you check LANT? What the hell is that? LANT. Lantheus Holdings. No. Sorry. Lord Champion. You ain't even got enough for a Costco hot dog. Who you giving advice to? Hey, Lord Champion, how are you today? Costco hot dog. I've never heard that insult before, but thank you. HCA, my average is 335. I trimmed a lot, kept enough. Should I keep it running? Quarterly was amazing, but I do take a hiatus until January 26th. Thanks. Okay, HCA. HCA. HCA Healthcare Inc. Hell no, I don't do monthlies. I don't know why you guys keep asking me about monthlies. They just don't work for me. Okay, I don't do them. Weekly options only. And there's a reason why. HOOW is a weekly dividend paying stock. Okay, HOOW. Robinhood, weekly pay ETF. Terribly sorry, dude, but when it comes up as November, December, March, January, those are monthlies. Okay? That's monthly. That's not weekly options at all. What do I think about SLV? SLV. iShares Silver Trust ETF. Okay. Why am I looking at this? All right, let's go back to here. SLV. How often has SLV increased their profits, and how much money do they give us back every single month or every single quarter? There are no dividends. So I'm going to ask the question again. Okay, if the name of the show is called Dividend Stock Talk, and then the subtitle for the show is called Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow, well, the main word in both of those are dividends. So why are we looking at a stock that has no dividends? That makes no sense at all. I had planned on jumping on SPY, no idea why, but VOO seems smoother. By the way, first time watching, thank you for your time. I'm subbing, thank you. I hate fake pumping channels. I need honest technical analysis. Oh, you really want that? Well, let's take a look at SPY. Because you're not going to like anything I say about SPY. Okay, hold on. Let's pull up. SPY. All right. You ready? Who's that? Cadis 1000. You ready? We're going to look at on SPY. Okay, ready? Here it is, right here. Spider SPY 500 ETF. SPY $687 a share. Well, let's go all the way back to 2005. All right. Here you go. Very first dividend. Very first dividend, March 18th, 2005. I want 20 years, so let's take a look. 20 years ago. 47, 48, that's up. Wait a minute, that's up. Oh, hold on. Let's do this right there and that right there. Okay. So, 2005, 46, 48, higher. 52, higher. 67, higher. 51, lower. Higher, 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 lower, higher, higher. Okay, not that bad. That's 2007. Okay. 77, 64, lower. 66, higher, 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 lower, 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 higher, lower, higher, higher, higher. Okay, it's about a 50-50. All right. Are you seeing a pattern here? 2010. Okay, 2010. Lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, lower, higher. Do you notice it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down? Why do you like SPY? It's not consistently profitable. Hold on, we'll take a look at VOO also. It's just as bad. Now, SPY at least is 20 years old. VOO isn't. So why do you like it if it, never mind. I don't even want to know. All right, so here's VOO. $600 a share. Let's go all the way back to 2005. That would be, wait a minute. This one goes to 2010. So 2010, well, that's only 15 years. I'm looking for 2 decades, which is 20 years. Hold on, let's take a look. 2010, 55, 52, lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, 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 lower. Okay, not that bad. $2012. Okay. Lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, higher, lower, lower. Do you see neither one, SPY or VOO, is consistently profitable? Now, when I say consistently profitable, I mean this quarter makes more than last quarter, which made more than the quarter before. That means every single entry should be a higher and higher and higher number, not high, low, high, low, high, 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 low, high, high, low, low. No, never mind. Just freaking never flippity dippity. I like that word, flippity dippity. Hell no. Sorry, Cadus. Okay, you want SPY, VOO. Neither one of them is consistently profitable. VOO is only 10 years old. Now, SPY, well, that's more than 20 years old. Fine, but it's not consistently profitable. That means you're making some money this month, and the next quarter, the next dividend is going to be less. Okay, and then the next dividend will be higher, then the next one will be less, and then the next one will be less. Yeah, no, thank you. Okay, Suleiman. Okay, XRP is not a dividend stock. Sorry. We got 10 minutes left. ULTY, hell no. John, we already looked at Pfizer. Fee Welder, VUG. What the hell is VUG? VUG. Let's find out. Okay, yogurt. We already looked at Macy's. KMB, Kimberly Clark. Heidi, that's a good one. Then why don't you tell us good paying dividends? Passports, are you ready? You ready, passports? Because I say it every night about 5 or 6 times. Dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend contenders, Warren Buffett list. That's 500 different companies. There's over 10,710 companies you can invest in. 10,710. I only look at 300 because only 300 actually fit what I want to do. Consistently profitable and weekly options. That's it. I want consistent cash flow. Can you do KMB? That's Kimberly Clark. Sure, why not? Okay, what are we looking at? Vanguard VUG. Okay. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 12, 11, 10. Ooh, holy cow. This one's 20 years old also. VUG. I've never heard of it. Okay. 2005. 11. 9. Lower. Higher, higher, higher. Lower, lower. Higher, lower. Higher, higher. Lower, higher, lower. Higher, 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 lower. Higher, lower, higher, lower, lower, lower. Okay, what is it with you people? So, not all of you. All right, I'm going to apologize to all of you, but some of you, you're investing in stocks that are not consistently profitable. Okay, when you go from 11 to 15, that's great. But when you go from 15 to 13, that's not so good. And then you go from 15 to 13. Then you go, yeah, no. Okay, whatever. You guys do whatever you want. Okay, you asked me to take a look. I took a look. I gave you my opinion. No, it's not consistently profitable. Plain and simple. Sam, SUIG. Oh, what the hell is that? SUIG. Sui Group Holdings. Hell no. Okay, LRN, we already looked at that. That was a no. LRN, wasn't it? LRN. No. Okay, see, Faith, I don't do monthlies. And I don't know why I got to keep saying that I don't do monthlies. Monthlies just don't work. Okay, not only, hold on a second. Okay. Okay, so Faith, are you ready for this? $70 is a strike price. The $70 call option is going for $470. Can that be right? Hold on. 30 days ago, we're at 150. We dropped, went up, we dropped, we went up. So from 150, she drops down to 70. That's a 50% drop in one day. All right, well, let's go to Yahoo Finance and see if this thing is consistently profitable. LRN. Okay, so let's check it out. How do I get that screen? Nico, that screen, that's Think or Swim. You all right, Cocktail? How you doing? What about Costco? Costco's out of my price range. I mean, I don't buy stocks for $1,000 a share. Stride. Okay, so Faith. Why are we looking at this if it has no dividends? Faith. There's no dividends for this company. Why are we looking at it? Riley, how are you, sir? I am fine. Thank you there, Mr. Riley. Richard, what's going on, Richard? Show us how to manage Riley. Why are we looking to manage Riley? Didn't we look at Riley earlier today? R-I-L-Y. Okay, so my humble opinion for Riley, even though I already have some, 30 days ago, we're here. We drop, shoot up, drop again, shoot up, and drop again. Why are we looking at it? It's dropping. Once it finds the bottom, probably either sometime this week or sometime next week, okay, once she finds the bottom, she'll turn around. See, just like here. Here's the bottom, and she turned around and started going up. Well, we're looking for a new bottom right here. So how do you navigate or how do you manage Riley? Wait for an opening. Wait for an opening. She turns around, goes back up again. That's it. Just bide your time. Wait out. Nikki Billions. How are you doing, Nikki? Mark Amigo, how are you doing? John Calvin, what's your best two stocks for next week? I would say, top of my head, Kohl's, and I want to say Macy's, but TSLY. That's a good one. Okay, Alan, CHV. What the heck is CHV? CHV? Canada House Wellness. Hell no, it's not even showing up. Alan, Oracle, ORCL. Not this week, buddy. Okay. 30 days ago, down, up, down, up, down. Wait for a new bottom. Oracle. I'm going to write Oracle for next week. I like Oracle. They have nice numbers. ORCL. All right, no more stocks. Let's see if we can answer some questions. Like that shirt. Thank you, Cocktail. No, the one that shows what company has for dividends in 5 years. Who had dividends for 5 years? Oh, do you mean Yahoo Finance? Yahoo Finance is right there. It's a free site. But, you know, I like companies that are profitable. Hey, bud, do you ever have to roll all the time? All the time. All right. Sent them, cook them. Okay, got them. What are you up year to date? In the kitchen with Tommy. Now, Tommy, you got to be more specific because I have 7 different accounts. Which account are you talking about? I have a couple accounts that are up over 60% and a couple accounts that are up over 40%. So I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure. Hey, Mr. Unemployed, how are you today? Andrea, BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb. BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb. Sorry, Andrea, keep looking. You got to find that. The bottom's going to show up any day now. It could be tomorrow. It could be Friday. Dr. M. Corey. Ha ha, Boeing crashed. Question mark. Not quite sure what that means. But I'm not 100% sure if that right there consists of a crash. The bottom of the year is right here at 130. We're still at 213. That's not a crash in my opinion. Alvin, BITX. What the hell is that? BITX. 2X Bitcoin Strategy ETF. No. BITX. Is that on my list? It's not on my, let me write that down. BITX. BITX. All right. All right. What else do we have? Nico, yes, my mistake. CVX is Chevron. Oh, Alan, Chevron. I love Chevron. CVX, Chevron. Interesting. Look at your last 30 days. What's going on? Okay, 30 days is your high. 30 days ago, here's your bottom. 2 weeks ago, shoots up. Now she's pulling back. Not quite where you want to jump in yet. In my humble opinion, what the hell do I know? Congrats, fabulous sticker upload unlocked. I have no idea what that means. BITX did that one. World Series update. I have no idea, don't know, don't care, Mr. Unemployed. Andrea, Boeing reported over a $7 billion loss. Holy cow. Imagine that. If you already have some calls, why do you have to write it down? Time to delete. Okay, now I wrote it down to remind me to jump in again, I believe it was next week. Because you're going to remember I got 7 different accounts. I don't look at every single one day by day by day. Tesla, BA, $5 billion unplanned costs on latest 777 plane. Oh, okay. Simone, what's happening? CVNA. What the hell? Is that Carvana? CVNA? Carvana. Okay. I don't remember this company having profits. CVNA. Carvana. All right. Andrea, have we looked at Mosaic? We haven't looked at Mosaic yet. And we're past 11, so we're not going to. All right, so who came with Carvana? All right, Chris with the classics. There are no dividends, dude. Okay, no dividends. That means no, no, and no. Andrea, check me tomorrow. We'll check it out. Thoughts on AT&T? Love it. So how do I navigate to the dividends? I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about, Nico. Oh, you mean on YouTube? No, wait, Yahoo Finance. Hold on. All right, this is the last thing I'm doing. Then I'm saying goodnight to everyone. Okay, Nico, you ready? First of all, you want to go to Yahoo Finance. Okay, Nico, Yahoo Finance. Come to Yahoo Finance, bottom left-hand corner, historical data. Okay? When you get to historical data, you will see this right here. Time frame. You can pick your time frame. And then here will give you either dividends, stock splits, or whatever it is you're looking for. That being said, we're past 11 o'clock. You guys have a great night. What do we have left? Tesla doesn't have any dividends. Sebesui Dilamani. Okay. Palantir. No. Do you even check the numbers, dude? Seriously. Palantir. Look at the numbers. Thank you there, Faith. Hollywood. Just leaving. Faith, I ain't doing Beyond Meat, dude. It's wrong in all different levels. Is this your other account? Felix, how are you? Yes, it is, Felix. On TikTok, I only have 2. Okay? Dividend Stock Talk, which is right here, and The 10MinuteTrader, which is right there. Faith, I know what Beyond Meat is. I'm just not going to do it. All right, Faith, you ready? Beyond Meat. BYND. All right, Faith, are you ready? BYND. Beyond Meat $1.84. There are no dividends at this time frame. Okay, Faith, you happy? There are no dividends. That's as far as I'm going to look at it. The name of the show is Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow. No dividends, no thank you. Plain and simple. No dividends, no thank you. Okay, and Beyond Meat makes me yak even thinking about the idea of, a steak coming out of a machine. Is that NASDAQ, sir? Jimmy, how are you today? Genius, how are you? How are you? Isaac, recorded. Okay, thank you there, Isaac. I texted you. Thank you, Faith. Sir, what age were you profitable? Ooh, I first started trading in the 1990s. Okay, I did 125 trades in a row before my first loss in the 1990s. Hello, I need serious. Okay, thank you, Sophia. Volume on your PC. Yep, I checked that. That ain't it. All right. Now, Faith, I can't give you advice on Beyond Meat. I have no idea why you would even, on God's green earth, invest in something like, unless, of course, you're a a vegan. So let's not give them real meat. Let's give them fake crap. Sensei, you sound just like Saul Goodman. I hear that a lot, but I have no idea who he is. Mr. Unemployed, the Costco hot dog. Yep, thank you. How much do you usually put in as an initial investment for each weekly purchase? Okay, Ray, let me see if I can explain this to you in a manner which you'll understand. I've been doing this for over 30 years. Okay, so 98% of all of my money is invested in the U.S. economy at all times. The reason being is because I get weekly cash flow every single week. So why do I need to have money sitting inside somewhere? Okay, my trading account has a debit card, a credit card, and a checking account attached to it. Anytime I need money, I'll just click, boom, there you go. Or I just, buy it on my credit card, and then at the end of the week, I pay off the credit card. So I don't need to have cash laying around. So I don't have cash laying around. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. What app is this? Anthony, it's not an app. It's called Think or Swim. It's a trading platform where you actually trade your stocks. Okay, KJ Imports, we already looked at that. ExxonMobil. Studio TLB, it's consistently inconsistent. Thank you there. Edwin, pennies. I love pennies. Me too. KJ Imports, Chevron. Gotta love it. Horless, what's happening? KJ, we looked at ExxonMobil already. Why not ULTY? Kathleen. Why not ULTY? Okay, Kathleen, I'm going to show you why not ULTY. Come on. Okay, Kathleen, ULTY, very first dividend, ULTY, March 14th, 2024. This company's not even 2 years old yet. When I held up 2 fingers, I didn't mean 2 years, Kathleen. I meant 2 decades. 2 decades is 20 years. This thing has 2. And take a look. 106, 141. Okay? Higher, lower, 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 even lower. 80, 98, 82, lower. It's all right. Hold on a second. Let's do this and do that. All right. Let's go this way right there. Whoops. Okay. 106. 141. Higher. Lower. 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 Higher. Lower. Higher. Lower. Kathleen, what do you think? Okay. 3 times the dividend went up. That means 3 times they were profitable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times they were not profitable. Kathleen, do you see that? Lower, 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 lower. Higher, higher, higher. It is going down twice as many times as it is going up. Why the hell would you put your money into that? That's just my opinion. Okay? How many are consistently profitable? Over 300. There's over 300 companies. Dividend Kings, 30, I think it's 34 companies that are consistently profitable for 5 decades. Dividend Aristocrats, 67 companies consistently profitable for 25 years. Dividend Champions, 150 companies consistently profitable for 25 years. Yep, I know, 25 years, different rules between the Dividend Kings, the Dividend Champions and the Dividend Aristocrats. And then you have the Dividend Contenders, 300 companies that have been consistently profitable from 10 years to 24 years. Okay, the rest of them, I really don't care. Honestly, I honestly do not care. If the company is consistently profitable for at least 2 decades, great. That's where I want to put my money. Now, there's over 300 of them, so there's always some place for me to put my money. Why not ULTY? Because they're not consistently profitable, plain and simple. And they're only 2 years old. Okay, Kathleen? All right. R6 Ride. CCJ, never heard of it. How many? All right, we already did that one. We already did. What dividend stocks would you suggest? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, blah, blah, blah. Diana, when you say bottom, is that to purchase? That's not at all what I said, Diana. Okay, when I say bottom, that means that's the bottom. Hold on. Okay, so Diana, when I say high of the year, bottom of the year, where was it a year ago? Where is it now? And what is the motion? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's the motion of the stock. This is the bottom. This is the top. That's all it is. It's just an observation. Where's the bottom? Where's the top? That's all. Okay, we're past 11. Okay. That being said, you guys have a great night. Paul, what do I think of the ticker symbol O? O is O Realty, which is oh hell no. That's what that means. Oh hell no. I don't do monthlies, Paul. Sorry. Right. I think I missed your recommendations for good purchase. I didn't have any. No recommendations at all. Actually, we didn't do a single covered call at all tonight, which is weird because that's what we normally do here every night. You just guys kept asking me questions. All right, anyway, you guys have a great night. See you tomorrow. Okay, you guys over here ended fine. That's done and over with. Let's move this over to here. Okay, this is deadski. Why isn't this one charging? I don't know. That one's good. There we go. All right. So, all that being said, you guys have a great night, and we'll do this all over again tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone. Tomorrow, we'll see you tomorrow. It's only a day away.